What's good, everybody? Salty here. Hope everyone's liking the content so far. We're jumping on a new one today. We're gonna kick it old school with some TIFU. Today I f***ed up. Here we go. TIFU by thinking I had a family history of glaucoma after finding my dad's weed 17 years ago. 17 years ago, I passed my driver's test and wanted to take the family car out on my own. Being a huge nerd, I checked the glove compartment for the insurance and registration info, which is when I found a baggie full of weed and a small wooden pipe. I just kinda sat there for a minute. I grabbed it and went back in the house and found my dad. I handed it to him, said I didn't care who it belonged to, but if I ever got pulled over, the cops probably weren't going to believe the 16-year-old girl that it wasn't hers. He just put the stuff in his pocket, kinda shrugged and said, "It's your mom's for her glaucoma." Whatever, fine, just don't keep it in the car anymore. I was at a family dinner a while ago and I can't remember what someone said, but I replied with, "Yeah, because mom has glaucoma." And my mom goes, "I don't have glaucoma." And I incredulously said, "Dad said you had glaucoma." In which my dad responds with, "What the hell are you talking about? I never said that." After reminding him of said driving incident over a decade ago, he just looks at me and bursts out laughing. Said he had no memory of it at all and couldn't believe I believed his off-the-cuff lie about my mom having a degenerative eye disease. I told him I had been writing down family history of glaucoma at every doctor and eye visit I'd been on for the past like 15 years. They just laughed harder. I'm sorry, sweetie, but it's your mom. Yeah, your mom has glaucoma. Yep, it's all her. Yeah. I'll talk to her about it for sure. For sure. Today I f***ed up by never closing my bedroom window for 3 years straight whilst living in a cold Scandinavian country. This f***up didn't happen today. However, it's been an ongoing f***up for the past 3 years and I just found out about it. So let's rewind to summer of 2016. My family had all the windows in our house replaced, including the one in my teenage bedroom. Now, due to me being an unhygienic f***, my room had always been a stinking shit bomb. Whoever raised me did a shit job, because I was not familiar with the concept of opening the window to air it out. And I'm surprised my family never pointed out the pubescent stench that lingered in my room. Maybe they had gotten desensitized to it, I don't know. Either way, it's their fault for not teaching me better. This goes without saying, but I never got anywhere near that window. I wouldn't know how to work it if my miserable life depended on it. I did, however, notice a big black bit of plastic at the top of my window. I remember thinking that it was ugly as shit, but that's just about how much attention I ever paid. Anyway, so time went on and I kept living my life as usual. The air in my room wasn't as disgusting and congested as it had been before the window installation, but that's all the difference I ever noticed. That's until winter rolled around. The temperature in my room sunk to a degree you should never have to experience if you live in a first world country. It was bad enough during the day, but trying to fall asleep in that room was hell. My bed was placed right by the window, and I could hear the cold wind flowing into my room. You'd think I did something about this, right? I mean, who in their right mind would keep on living in a room like that? Yes, you guessed it. Freezing to death on a daily basis has practically been my life for the past 3 years, until today. My room was unusually cold, which I mentioned to my brother as he came into my room. Then he tells me, "Have you closed your window?" To which I answer that yes, of course, why the f*** would I keep my window open? He then walks up to my window and flips 2 switches on the black plastic part of the window. The sound of the wind coming in through the window immediately stopped for the first time in 3 years, and now I'm a f***ing idiot in the eyes of my whole immediate family. And that's a good way to raise your heating bill and freeze your ass off. Damn. TIFU by sneezing. Thursday, I f***ed up by sneezing. Yes, you read that right. I f***ed up by sneezing. You see, I was driving home from class and hit a red light. As I'm waiting for the light to change, I sneezed a metric f***ing dad sneeze. You know that type of sneeze that scares the literal shit out of your dog from across the house? Yeah, that type of sneeze. A long booger decided to evacuate my nose during that tectonic shift in my body and land itself on my left pointer finger. I scan around my car searching for the roll of paper towels I keep in it. They are nowhere to be found and nowhere to be seen. In desperation, I roll down my driver's side window and start shaking my hand. This is where the f*** up occurs. A smaller car pulls up on my left side with the passenger window down. A stranger, a bigger dude with an afro, is talking to his driver and having a merry time. He doesn't see the Amish-looking Mexican fiercely shaking his booger-laden hand next to him. Then, as if the stars align for us. I can't even read this one, you guys. Okay. Then, as if the stars align for us, he turns his head towards me and I shake my hand. Oh, fuck. Then, as if the stars align for us, he turns his head towards me and I shake my hand with a perfect shake. The booger had chosen a new home and now is supermaning its way to its new home. That home is on a stranger's forehead, smack in the middle of it as if it was a dart landing the bullseye. Either he thought I spit at him or water landed on his head. His eyes furrowed and he started rubbing his forehead. I realized what had happened and started to desperately roll my window up. His face went through all stages of grief except acceptance. He stayed firm in anger. As he and his comrade turned through the intersection, I speed forward hoping to leave my booger children with him and hope to never see him again. Always keep paper towels in easy to reach distance. That's probably the funniest thing I've read all week. That was hard to read. I kept laughing my ass off. I don't like it very much, but my mind can paint such a good picture of this story. It's just, ugh. TIFU for confusing toothpaste for icy hot. Backstory: it's been a rough month. I dislocated both of my knees and slipped my disc in my back. I have a ton of scans, appointments, meds, and braces to help a little bit, but I'm waking up every hour or two at night in severe pain. My fiance has been a trooper with all of this. Fast forward to last night. It's 2 a.m. I can't sleep even though I took my meds. SO is finally sleeping well. Poor guy hasn't gotten more sleep than I. So I quietly dig into my bag by the bed in the dark for my icy hot. Slather it all over my legs and back. Literally everywhere, ribs down. I notice its consistency is off, sticky, and I figure it's because I got it from a drugstore I don't usually go to. It felt a little minty but wasn't the normal icy hot. I'm so exhausted at this point, I didn't look into it. I sleep a little here and there and finally come morning I have a realization. That was not icy hot. I had grabbed my brand new toothpaste tube and not my icy hot. I f***ing slathered myself quietly in the dark in toothpaste. We've had a few good laughs this weekend from the lack of sleep. Today I f***ed up confusing toothpaste for icy hot. Oh man, these stories just keep getting better and better. I could totally see this one happening. Just try not to mix up super glue with eye drops. TIFU by using a hair removal cream and ended up looking like a naked mole rat and zebra. So to start, I'm a 19-year-old male. I don't know why I thought I would look better without hair, but it was 1 a.m. and I was bored. I'm not gorilla hairy, but I got enough hair on my body to be able to donate it to cancer patients. Anyway, on to the story. I get the bright idea during the day to get the cream. I went back to my room and tried to go to sleep and I couldn't. So what did my POS brain think of? Remove your f***ing body hair. Now, I'm kind of self-conscious about my body hair and I don't really like it, so the idea has been in my brain for a long time but haven't really done it. So first I start by taking my clothes off and putting the cream on my chest and stomach. I leave it on for about 6 minutes and then I take a shower to wash it off. After I'm done, I look in the mirror. My chest looks like a 3-year-old's. But the worst thing is that there was a clear line where the hair was removed and the hair was still there on my back and sides. So what did my dumbass think to do? I try to put cream on my own back, alone, naked and afraid. I start my work. I'm not really flexible, so at this point, I was just trying to reach everywhere on my back without accidentally removing my head hair. I honestly looked like I was trying out for gymnastics, the way I moved around my room with my hands trying to reach the middle of my back. Well, guess what? Water and cream don't mix. The solution became liquidy and started going down my sweet cheeks and thighs, which I didn't realize. So I do the usual thing of waiting for it to work, but now I feel something burning in a place that isn't Mufasa's. Somewhere the light doesn't reach. As you would imagine, a 19-year-old male would be really weirded out if their man cave suddenly started burning like the Library of Alexandria. We still hate you, Caesar. So I quickly jumped in the shower and treated the shower head like a bidet. So now, after my second shower, I'm standing in front of the mirror. My chest as hairless as a naked mole rat. My back has more patches than a college girl's hoodie after learning how to sew. And my ass and thighs look like if a zebra had sex with a bear and produced an offspring that only grew hair on their stripes. Finally, a warning to my fellow males. Don't remove your hair. It's sexy, but if you do, get someone to help you cover everything. And don't be wet before you spread it. Well, I guess I won't be using that cream on my ass. I'm gonna go ahead and avoid it now. Thanks for taking one for the team, mate. Alright everybody, I hope you enjoyed this episode of TIFU. Let me know what you all think about it, and we'll see you all next time. Peace.